So, how about that existing though?
Nah, it's not great.
Same.
It's kind of overrated.
Same.
It kind of sucks.
You know, everything's so uncertain these days. You never know what could happen.
I know I'm gonna get diarrhea at some point.
I just had diarrhea like 12 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have diarrhea in a couple hours.
I see everyone had Taco Bell. Good. Good.
I had like so Dollar Tree sells like these frozen like burgers, and I bought like 6 of them.
Oh god damn it.
So at first I wasn't shitting at all, and then when I woke up this morning, I had to run to the bathroom.
Fun times.
I was kind of dying.
It sounds like
I definitely do not buy frozen food from Dollar Tree unless it is like name brand.
Yeah, I mostly just get like fucking like popsicles or fucking ice cream out of the freezer section there. I never really fuck with anything else. Even like the hot pockets they sell. I really don't try to fuck with those because there's something wrong with them probably. That's why they're at Dollar Tree.
Yeah. Yeah, but at least then you can tweet at them and they'll like feel bad.
That's right. Yeah, they'll feel bad. They'll give you free hot pockets for life, and you're like, I don't want more hot pockets.
Very fucking obviously.
That was always the thing. I was always confused. Like when a restaurant gives you like a free meal, it's like the meal I just had sucked. Why would I want more of this meal?
That's why they give it to you.
Ridiculous. I don't want more of this meal. I want less of this meal. I want my money back. I want my time back.
I just want you to make it right.
Just make it right. Just make it right.
Like, it'd be nice to have my money back, but if I get what I paid for, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
But no.
But no. I remember going to a fucking Logan's Roadhouse once, and I was probably there long enough to get my food and try it out for about 10 minutes, and then me and the person I was with just left because the food was fucking horrible. Like the fucking, I got like ribs and like fries, like steak fries, but the steak fries were all dry and chewy, and the steak was all like
Not dry
Just-
and fucking.
it was like weirdly like undercooked tasting. Not the steak, but the ribs was like undercooked. They were like undercooked and chewy, but not the good kind of chewy.
Yeah.
Is Logan's the one that has the butter rolls that are like delicious?
That's Texas Roadhouse.
That's Texas Roadhouse. That's what it is.
Texas
The ones where you
Roadhouse. I like
Throw peanuts everywhere.
you could yeah. You could eat like cause their bread is delicious, but they also give you like that cinnamon butter to put on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Yep,
god,
okay.
so good.
That's the shit.
It's I would kill like an entire thing of like the bread basket by myself at fucking Texas. Oh, so good.
Mhm.
I'm kind of hungry. I should have ate for the
I am
podcast.
also kind of. I was going to, but I couldn't wake up in time.
I was going to, but it's 9 a.m. here, so fuck that.
Yeah. I was
I
going to,
couldn't wake
but
up.
it's noon and I didn't want to get up.
Dude, I don't know how you motherfuckers wake up so early.
Because I don't have an option.
Eh.
It's either I wake up early or I'm not on the podcast, so.
Yeah, and I feel like
But-
I'm wasting time if I don't get up early.
I mean, I just want 6 to 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that's the other thing, though, is like, I get to bed before you guys
Yeah.
in general, because even my night shifts usually only go, like, the latest it goes is like 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So, 7 hours is 9.
Usually I'm looking at the clock at like 2 in the morning playing some game, and I'm like, I'll give it like a couple more hours, and I'll go to bed.
Yep, that's exactly how it goes for me.
Bro, oh, that happened to me playing WoW last night, like prepping for the new expansion. I was playing with Keon. We started when I got home at like 7:45, and then we looked up from the clocks and it was midnight, and we were like, fuck.
That's how I am with fucking, like, I've been playing a lot of Fallout recently, and for whatever reason, like, no other game does this, but like, I'll be playing Fallout, and then I'll look over and like 7 hours have passed, you know, and I have no idea why. I'm not like that with any other game. Usually, I'll play a game and I'll feel like that hour or 2 hours hit, you know. But when I'm playing Fallout, it's like I can just keep going on and on and on and on.
League used to do that for me. Where like I would spend I would have like a class at like 4 p.m. and I would wake up at like 8. And I'd be like, oh, I can get in a few games of League, and then I'd play like what felt like 2 games of League, but I'd lost like 100 LP and played like 9 games, and I look over the clock and it's fucking 7 p.m. and I'm like, oh, I had a class today.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
That's okay. I was a poli-sci major. They just wanted to assign me an essay anyway.
Yeah, it's lame.
No, dude, I actually really like poli-sci. Like, it's really interesting, but
Political science is cool, but learning it from school is not so much.
I like the skill set it gave me, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I had really good teachers. Well, I had a couple of really good teachers,
Yeah.
I should say. Like, I'm not gonna say they were all great because they fucking weren't, but like, but like I had a couple who were just like really passionate, and really like educated on what they taught, and it was like just awesome. I loved them.
That's all
Anyway.
Anyway. Welcome to Drowning in Pools, episode 88.
Indeed.
Okay,
Oh, man.
what is this? Shooting a gnome into space? Am I getting gnomed? What's going on here?
Gabe Newell is staying in some backwards country, and to thank them, because like for the pandemic or whatever, and to thank them, he's gonna shoot like a gnome into space, and then he's gonna live stream it and donate like every viewer he'll donate like $1 to some charity.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I'm not
Assuming
sure-
there's no
wait,
like
hold on.
hookups or anything, like.
Right, yeah.
But that's pretty cool. I can get on with that.
I mean, I'm sure it's like a tax break, so
Yeah, but like still like, and I'll be able to do doing something good.
yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can find what fucking country he's in. Yoink.
How do you guys feel about that? Because like I feel like at the end of the day, like yeah, he's probably doing it for a tax break, but also like people are getting helped, so
Yeah,
like
it
I
doesn't
kind of
matter.
don't really. Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, everyone kind of wins.
Yeah. I've never had issues with it. Now, like, what I do have issues is when people circulate the money around and yada yada yada, and they just don't actually use the money for anything.
You mean like most charities?
Yeah. That's why you got to do the research.
Where
Yeah.
the fuck is he? Oh, he's in New Zealand. So yeah, like I said, it's
It's
backwards little tiny
backward.
country.
Oh yeah, New Zealand, Lord of the Rings, Frodo, the Ring.
Yeah,
Fucking-
like I said.
I've told you about that, right? That it's like a bit from SNL or something.
I don't think so. I don't really watch
Oh my
SNL.
God. It was from years ago. The only reason I know about it is Game Grumps, but he was like, fucking Will Ferrell or some comedian was like, making fun of New Zealand, and these guys come up after the show and like, hey, great show. And he's like, oh, where are you from? And they're like, oh, New Zealand. And he's like,
Oh, New Zealand.
Yeah.
That's funny.
anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, someone's
I mean,
bean water is going off.
Yeah, it's definitely coffee boy over here.
Yep.
Well, since we're shitting on New Zealand, the only thing cool about New Zealand is their rugby culture or whatever, and their well, I guess this is also in Australia a little bit, but their the haka or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Maori and the Haka.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, that shit's pretty cool, but that's because it's all ancient tribal shit. You know, kind of everything from modern day New Zealand and Australia is kind of lame. No offense, Australians, your country just sucks ass.
See, I was about to say, if I wasn't living in
or your
America,
continent.
I would have liked to have lived in Australia.
Oh yeah.
Either Australia or Japan. Which I realize is like huge cultural shifts, but like,
Not super huge. They're a little more similar than you think, being on the same side of the planet and everything.
one way at least. The other half is just
Yeah.
split straight in them.
Yeah.
No, like I've been to both, and I enjoy both. Australia was really cool, and like
Yeah.
it was colder in the major cities than California, which was a godsend. And oh god, we went during our winter, which is their summer, and everyone was like dying because it was supposed to be really hot, but it was only like 90 something degrees, and we were just like, oh, this is great. Like,
Man, this is going in.
I'm dying.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
Anyway. Didn't Australia just pass some weird video game law?
With
some other law?
probably fucking dude.
I would be
Australia
surprised.
has been like the worst when it comes to video games.
Especially lately, like they've been doing some weird shit. Like some game, what is it called? The Medium. The Medium couldn't get rated in Australia for some reason. Like it was it's like that. They showed it off during the PS5 showcase, I think. One of them. It's like this psychological horror game, I think. It's one of the things. It's one of those things that's clearly going to be rated M, but for some reason it couldn't get rated in Australia.
Yeah, well, like there was like Left 4 Dead 2 took forever to get rated in Australia because of the like gore or whatever, and they're like it's disrupting the youths.
It's so weird. But like in I don't know, like Australia has like this weird super conservative government, but when you talk to their people, they're all like they don't really get like just the regular citizens. They don't really seem to give a fuck about any of that shit. So it's super.
Because they experience it by themselves. They just go out into the wilderness and experience it.
Yeah.
It is one of those things where it's like I didn't understand it or like accept it when it was like 20 years ago when I was hearing about the shit from like Yahtzee and Zero Punctuation. But like I understood where they were coming from, if that makes sense. Like I didn't agree with it, but like I kind of got that like they were like, oh, this'll disrupt the youth or whatever. But like we've had so many fucking studies done that like just like shows that that's not the case.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I
wow.
kind of get to the point where when you're just incorrect, I stop giving a shit where you're coming from. I just want you to shut the fuck up because you're just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's one of those things where it's like, man, if you guys just fucking parent your kids, this isn't an issue.
Right, yeah. It's because that's what it is, right? It's usually people who are like, hey, I just want to plop my kid down in front of the TV so I can go about my life because I made this mistake and don't want to deal with it. How dare you put something violent or sexual on the TV that's going to poison my child?
Yeah, mom.
That's why I always hate when it was like when there was like a gay couple in a TV show and people were like, how am I going to explain to my kids about how two people being in love? You could, I don't know, sit down and fucking talk to them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How am I supposed to talk to my kids? Hey, Jimmy, some dudes like dick. End of story.
Right, yeah.
Like,
some guys like other guys, some girls like other girls. Any questions? Not really? Okay.
Can I like other guys?
Sure.
Sure.
can you? Yes. Will you? I don't know.
It's up to you.
No, it's just like the only time that I've found that that's an issue, and I guess this is also because I'm in California, but like the only time I found that's an issue is with like super religious people, because everyone else is just like, yeah, that shit happens. Like, it's not even treated as it is treated as a thing, but like not really. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a footnote rather than like a holy shit, get out the poppers and champagne kind of thing.
I know a lot of people are just super like uncomfortable with it, but that's kind of like the deal with having a child. You're gonna have to do things you don't really feel comfortable doing, like explain to them how the fucking world works, you know?
And remember, kids, 401ks and Roth IRAs.
See, and that's the issue, is half the time you don't even know how the world works.
Yeah.
That's why it was so easy to start people in the 90s about video games and like violence in video games and shit, because, you know, people, it was that time when like media and video games were exploding and people really didn't know what to do, so they were just kind of doing like the blanket Christian thing of, does it got violence, does it, you know, got cursing, does it got blah blah blah, let's turn against it and try to get them banned. But as people got more information, as the internet became more of a thing, as the country kind of moved more towards a more secular, progressive style, you know, we stopped giving a shit as much. Now it's mostly just about how much screen time does some chick have, or is your main character a boring white male?
Ouch.
Which, to be fair, I'm also kind of sick of seeing the boring white male guy. Not because it's like a, you know, it's sexist to have men in video games or whatever, but it's just, I'm tired of seeing the same fucking looking character and everything.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
It's boring, you know. Especially when you're trying to play the character off as a character, you know, at that point, just make them an actual design character, yeah. Instead of just being shaved head white guy.
Yeah, what the fuck? I can't get away with a shaved head. This is bullshit.
I don't even
Like-
I don't even think white dudes look good with shaved heads. So having a fucking main character who's just a boring shaved head white guy is just it's lame. I don't like it.
Yeah, like admittedly I don't watch much TV shows, so this doesn't hit as much. But like a lot of the video games that I can think of that have boring shaved head white guys are all like military things, which is like kind of makes sense.
Military things, every Star Wars game main character is like a boring white dude.
Yeah, but like shaved heads though, not quite.
Yeah, still, but shaved heads is just kind of the military thing. But generally, being a boring white dude who's just generic as fuck, you know, whether they have long hair, shaved head, or a fucking gay ass beard, you know, any number of things. If it's like a generic, boring looking thing on some white dude, then yeah, I don't want to fucking see it. Like the fucking Cyberpunk main character or the main base character or whatever they keep fucking using in all the promotions. It's just a boring white guy, you know.
Yeah, I was really upset by that because like I really like the design of oh god, what's her bitch? The like
All the other characters.
no, like the female character that they
Yeah,
were marketing
literally every other
originally.
character. Yeah.
Because like
But yeah.
it looked like Deus Ex but with like a female protagonist, and I really like that stuff.
Yeah. But we also have to be careful about going into the boring white woman shit too, because we've getting a lot of those lately. I
It's
want
almost
a
like
character that
people-
looks like a fucking design.
It's almost like people are people regardless of their race and gender,
Yeah.
and like they'll be boring regardless.
Like if you want me to give a shit about the character, you know, which a lot of stuff seems to try to do for whatever reason, and make them interesting to look at at the fucking very least. Especially in something like Cyberpunk. Like I know you're gonna be able to edit your character, but have all the promotion show a character making the most of your options, you know. Show us something a little strange, not just this typical looking boring dude.
Yeah, that is one of those things where it's like, I get it because they don't want like, Mass Effect is what I'm thinking of, where like the default Commander Shepard is the one used in all the marketing,
Yeah.
but like, and like to be fair, I've fucked around with Mass Effect's character creator, and default Commander Shepard is actually the best thing that'll come out of there, but like, he does just look ridiculously boring, and dude, fuck, I don't know, like, I'm half with you and half not with you, you know? Because, like, or maybe Halo is a better example, where, like, default Master Chief goes together so well, and, like, you can technically mix and match to your heart's content with armor, but, like, do you really want to, you know?
But it's
And
just
of course,
armor.
the
I don't really
answer
give a
is
shit
yes.
I don't really give a shit about armor. Armor's a different case entirely. I'm talking about the character itself. Like when you
I
take
guess.
Master Chief's fucking helmet off, it's just a boring white guy.
We don't know. He's under his helmet.
Yes,
He's got
you
another
do.
helmet.
Yes, you do know, because in fucking the super hard mode of one of the fucking games, he takes his helmet off and you see his fucking face.
Wait, really? Did they actually
Yeah,
do that?
you see like his eyes.
Oh yeah. Well, we knew he was a boring ass white guy with a shaved head.
Yeah.
But don't you know?
we don't know.
Under
We
his
don't know if
helmet.
he has a shaved head. We don't know if he has a shaved head. But
It's-
No, we do.
Probably
It
should.
was in one of the
They-
comics.
They have like weird
Okay.
ceramic in their fucking head, so they had to shave all their head off to get it in there.
Gotcha.
There's just the
that's a
neck.
good point.
There's no head.
The helmet is a lie. The whole helmet is just Cortana.
Dude, you guys have seen the from Halo 1, the like secret ending where he takes off his helmet at the end of the game, but like it zooms out of the ship, so you don't see his face.
Oh wow, yeah.
But like, because they didn't program like a head in, like if you no clip and just watch it, he just takes
It's
off his
just-
helmet and there's another helmet.
That's funny.
Oh my
That's-
god. Let me see if I can find the clip in the meantime. This shit is hilarious.
Oh, it's been a hard day. He takes his helmet off and it's just takes a towel, starts wiping his other helmet.
For whatever reason, that helmet is sweaty.
Yeah. Like, look, man, can I just get a game with a character that has fucking nice looking dreadlocks? People have been able to put them in the games. Fucking the Fury dude is like a big afro. Something. Give me a little bit of something else. Give me somebody with like.
The Fury dude's cool.
Give me something with like, I don't know, like a main character with like a faux hawk or something. Like literally anything else. Just I'm so sick of seeing the same shit. Just
What's the hairstyle where it's like half cornrows, half just like short hair?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what that's really called.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, I don't know, split. But
I like that hairstyle. I think that's cool.
literally just anything else. Because holy shit. Because we're going to start going, because now that everybody wants, because, a bunch of games are getting female protagonists, which is good, but all those female protagonists just look like Lara Croft. So. Or Lara Croft.
Okay, you guys will have to forgive the 2006-ness of this, but...
Oh, is it running on a toaster? Or on an Apple toaster?
It is running on
Fraps.
Fraps.
It's on Fraps.
Wow! That brings back memories.
And it's got a Windows Movie Maker intro, but that kind of just makes it better.
Yeah. Like, the dude's name is Halo is the Hacksaws. Holy shit. Oh, hold on, that's right, I
I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot this ending exists, and I'm so happy.
Hold on, I can't watch it on my desktop, apparently.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that makes me so happy to see again.
Oh, wait, Helmetless Chief, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
I haven't been a huge Halo nerd since, like, Halo 3, but, like, that just took me back to the days where I would play Halo 2 with my friends, and, like, that was the only game I had on Xbox that had Xbox Live. So I'd literally play Halo 2, Halo 3 all the time. Like, those are my only games. I had that and Guitar Hero World Tour, and that was it.
When Halo 3 came out, I was all up in the Forge World. That's all I did. It was Forge World stuff.
Yeah.
I remember everybody being hyped for Halo 3, and I went, that's nice, and then I didn't pay attention to it until, like, months after it was already released.
Yeah. I played that game way too fucking much for how bad I was at it. Like, I just suck so bad at Halo. It's, like, not even funny. That's why I play SWAT, is because it's essentially like Call of Duty. Like...
I like Halo so much more than SWAT. Well, I mean, I love SWAT, but like I just like quad shotting people and double shotting and stuff. I can't quad shot reliably, but I could double shot reliably. That shit was fun.
Yeah, I just like headshotting people and them dying.
Yeah, I'm okay with chasing someone down for a while and outplaying them.
That is my outplay. Just aim better.
Yeah, just kill the guy with one bullet. I don't see how you could outplay that.
I mean, you shoot like 3 times and then
you failed already. That was 3 bullets.
you shoot 3 times. While someone's chasing.
Failed already.
Yep. While someone's chasing you, you throw a grenade off the wall. You jump over a wall. You see them blow up, and then they jump over the wall. You shoot them in the head, and then you go to the next guy. You fall off the sniper.
Meanwhile,
you shoot him in the head.
while you were doing all that, some guy just shot you in the head once.
Yeah, with the sniper rifle from across the map.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they grab a rocket launcher
they
and
saw
just
you
blew
doing
up.
all that jumping around and were like, and then just shot you.
Yep.
It was that easy.
I like Halo. Halo's probably my favorite shooter. I don't like Call of Duty. Call of Duty's probably my least favorite shooter.
I guess I could see that. I don't know. I really enjoyed COD.
Are you sure Medal of Honor isn't your least favorite shooter?
Dude,
Never play.
I kind of wish I had played that game because it seemed like the actual mechanics were fun, but no one fucking played it, so I just never bought it.
Nobody played that shit. I played one Medal of Honor game ever, and it was on the PSP, and it was a pile of shit.
I think I played one of the original like PS2 games, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was alright.
PSP.
It was like Call of
Definitely-
Duty, but like shittier.
Definitely wasn't the Call of Duty killer that they were trying to sell it as.
Well, because they wanted to make it more realistic, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't as fun.
Because the whole point of a video game is to make things realistic and, not exciting like a video game.
Yeah.
PSP. It's a nut. You can play outside.
What?
Hey, please tell me you've seen those PSP commercials, Derek.
Hold on, I have to look these up.
They're legendary.
They are legendary.
Hey,
It's a
what are you
nut.
doing?
Oh,
playing
wait,
nuts.
I'm playing nut. You can play nut outside.
crazy back
I
then.
forgot about these. Holy shit.
Because between that and like the weird baby commercial for the PS3 and like some of the other ads they had, they were nuts. They were doing some off shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm playing nuts.
Like, what do you think the guy who was saying that shit was like?
He was probably like, I'm getting a paycheck.
Right, he was probably like, I can't believe Sony's paying me to make this ad.
I remember seeing those ads when I was younger, because like the PSP came out in like 2006 or something. I think I was like 10.
Yeah.
And but I remember seeing those and like I didn't understand them, and I thought like, oh, this must be a reference to something that like older kids watch. That's like, and I was like, and that actually made me want a PSP, like,
because the older kids were into it.
well, because like I wanted to see what it was like referencing, and now that I'm older, I have no fucking clue.
I think it was just trying to be like, I don't know, that weird
Random.
like like lol random 2006 humor, you know.
That was the humor back then.
Yeah. But it was still a little like, it was not straightforward enough. It was a little too experimental, so it was like this fucking shitty drawing of squirrels, you know, trying to sell your PSP.
I just watched like two of the commercials, and like the eyes are what kills me, because they're just like fucking swirls.
They're like they're all cracked out looking.
Yeah. But I mean, like that's what they were trying to get at anyway. It was like the older crowd, because like they knew Nintendo was just had a fucking vice grip.
Nintendo had a fucking stranglehold in that younger kids market, so Sony figured they had to go a little more mature.
It is interesting how Nintendo has like essentially dominated either one or both markets, either home console or handheld, for their entire existence as an electronics company. Or I guess a video game company, because they were an electronics company in like the 50s. But like,
they were also a card company for a while.
Yeah,
but that was like 100 years ago, so
Yeah, no one cares about that.
no one gives a shit. Not even Nintendo.
it's just like, it's so interesting that like they can continue to have that stranglehold.
It's because they're good businessmen for the most part. They'll make like some dumb decisions that you're like, why aren't you just doing this, Nintendo? Yeah, you're like,
Support it!
Exactly, but like they do know where their audience is, and they do know where to hit for the most part. So, you know, they know who to sell to, and they know who's buying their shit. They aren't like Sony, who's constantly trying to reinvent themselves, or Xbox, who has barely any identity, or Microsoft Xbox, who barely has any identity. You know, they're fucking Nintendo. They're like the Disney of video games.
I mean, that's true.
They almost made their own Mario Land.
Yeah.
I would go to Mario Land, stomp on some poor fucker's head as a Goomba.
I would go to Nintendo Land to go to the Metroid areas, because that would be fucking rad. And the Star Fox places.
Zelda areas.
Oh yeah, like it'd be cool for like the Zelda areas. You could like cut grass and like pull like jewels and shit out of the ground.
That would be pretty cool.
I have no idea how they would do that.
I mean, they would just have like a petting zoo sized area, but it's got grass there instead, and just kids rip the fucking grass out of the ground.
Yeah, but then they have to reset it, or else it's gonna be fucked like by 10 a.m.
I'm sure someone will be paid plenty to do that, if this ever exists in this hypothetical world.
You know what I do want to talk about now that we're talking about Nintendo?
Mm-hmm.
The Super Mario 3D like ports or whatever of
That collection?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I'm not upset that they ported it, because actually I'm like mildly considering buying it, because I haven't finished any of those games. But like, fucking, like, they're not selling it past like March 5th or whatever.
Yeah.
It's time sensitive for no reason.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Like,
They're trying to create a digital scarcity.
yeah, well, like, no, it's fine if they stop selling the physical copies. Like, I totally get it, but like,
Digital
Why?
scarcity.
yeah,
Like
why?
they've opened Pandora's box, and now they want to fucking close it. But it's like, all right, we know these things. Like, it'd be one thing if like we didn't know that ported copies of these games exist, and you weren't giving them to us, you know.
Yeah.
But now we do know, and now we know you're gonna take them away from us. They probably think that means, oh, people are gonna clamor to buy it and try to buy more of it. Really, all that means is scalpers are gonna buy the fuck out of it.
Yeah. It's just like
Go ahead.
I don't get it. Like, I understand. I totally get like making only a specific run of the physical copies, because then you could be like, oh, it's like blah 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 Anniversary Edition, but like just fucking leave it up on the store.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to like fucking block future people who don't have a Switch right now, or like have no like idea that this game exists yet, or you know, like fucking like a parent who doesn't follow the fucking video game news won't know that this game's gonna not be on sale by the time Timmy turns 12.
Or
fucking,
in the
like,
middle of the fucking longest, one of the worst pandemics you've ever been in, you don't have the fucking funds to waste on a fucking Nintendo game.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, this is a really, like, of those good business decisions that Nintendo makes, this is definitely not good. One of them. This is incredibly dumb.
I do hope that it's because, like, because there have already been like issues with the ports that I've seen. Like, I've watched like a few videos on it, where like they don't. I guess like certain things don't upsize correctly, or they didn't change like the aspect ratios and like do a full HD makeover. So I'm hoping that this was just done. Like, this is the Slapdash release, and they're gonna release like a better official one. But I do know
like some of the controls are not as good, because for like Mario Galaxy, that's a lot of motion controls, and apparently they weren't like implemented into the Switch the way the Switch works very well. So it's kind of like not as good as the original game. Still good, but
The only way I see them like making this work in their favor for like public, what's it called, public
Publicity?
appearance would be if they released all like, so the collection is released until March, and then you can buy them separate.
probably because Nintendo seems to hate collections.
Yeah.
There are like no just straight collections of their games at all, even though that's a thing that other series and other companies have been doing for years. Nintendo really doesn't seem to have any of those.
Yeah. Actually,
That's-
like the only
that's
one I can think of is the one that came with the GameCube, which was The Legend of Zelda. Like all the ones on the main systems, which
Yeah.
was 1, 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask.
Right, and even then, you know, they didn't like port that version of it, like the collection version of it, to Wii and then, you know, Switch or whatever. They broke the games up and started selling them again like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's really kind of what they're doing here, where they're making it time exclusivity, and they'll probably just sell the games individually.
Well, I hope they fucking fix the like aspect ratios and shit then,
Yeah.
because like the Switch is a modern-esque console, so
Yeah.
like fucking what's it called? I think it's Super Mario. It's either Super Mario 64 or Super Mario Sunshine. I forget which one, but one of them runs in like 4:3 rather than 16:9.
Yeah.
And so it's
I'm pretty sure that's Sunshine.
yeah, because I think 64 they're using the 3DS like engine or whatever. That was like a more modern aspect ratio.
Yeah, because I think for that they're using the version that was on the 3DS, not the old version.
Yeah. But yeah, like one of them you just have like fuck, is it black bars or like they did like Delfino Plaza themed like bars on the side, but it's like fuck it, just fix the aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Like I realize that this is like one of those things that like you're yelling at a coder to code, and like I have no fucking clue how difficult it will be, but like come on, you know?
Because Sunshine also does that thing where you'll be running around in full screen, and then you'll talk to a guy, and then he'll turn to widescreen.
Yeah.
So I know that was probably weird, but it's not like they can't fix that for the Switch.
Fucking just go into
they-
the letterbox mode, like fucking just
Right. Or they could just take that out completely. You know, it's because all it really is like a slight zoom in and the black bars. So I'm sure you could just get rid of that shit. You don't really need it.
Yeah, it's just
No.
silly. I don't know, man.
I really feel like Nintendo, like they want to like milk a game for everything it's worth during its cycle, but once it's done, they kind of just want to forget about it, and they kind of just want to move on, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's like it is nuts that like they're the only company whose first party IPs will still be like full price,
Yeah.
like years after. Fucking Breath of the Wild is still $60 on like all major retailers,
Yeah.
Wow.
and it is like 3 years after release, 4 years after release.
Nintendo games take so long to drop in value.
Let me
It's
rephrase
crazy.
that. Rephrase that. Nintendo games are priceless.
Yeah. Right, yeah. That's exactly what they would say too, right? If you were like, man, what's up with the prices? Like, Nintendo games are priceless. You know, so you're gonna have to pay a little more.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Oh, they're having
I mean-
they're actually having a sale on it on Amazon right now.
Are they? Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
As we mentioned.
But that's a sale, not the price dropping down. You know.
That's true.
Yeah, but it is $15 off, so
Plus,
Not
it's
bad,
like
not
holiday season, so of course they have some sales.
yeah.
Of course.
But, like,
What does give Nintendo the balls to just be so like callous with some of their series where they'll just put it out and then not give a shit anymore and move on, or they'll just put out a fucking toy or whatever, you know? Like what gives Nintendo the confidence and the balls to just do whatever the fuck it wants like this? Yeah, I guess it is just that stranglehold on their market.
yeah, they kind of just do things that other people can't, and like that's
Yeah.
the real issue.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck is this?
Holding on. Breaking news.
Wait, this is an actual Kingdom Hearts game. Fuck.
What did they
Breaking news. There's an actual Kingdom Hearts game.
No, okay, so they're releasing like a rhythm game, I guess, for Kingdom Hearts, which I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be on like mobile phones, whatever. This is like a $60 release.
So yeah, breaking news.
Breaking
There's a
news.
fucking Kingdom Hearts game. What's it called?
Melody of Memory.
Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory.
Yeah. And like, I have no doubt this is gonna be important to the story because Kingdom Hearts doesn't have spin-off games, but like,
No,
fuck,
it does
man.
not.
Like, I thought I just got like caught up in all my shit, and now like this shit happens. Ugh.
Well, thankfully, the last game in the Kingdom Hearts franchise came out like last year, so we don't have to care anymore. As far as I'm concerned, anyway.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4 and hoping that it's not going to be a.
Kingdom Hearts 4 should have Kairi be the main character,
I'm down for that, or Riku.
or Riku. I'm kind of
Fucking-
sick of Sora.
Give me Tasty Boy Riku.
You know something I never noticed in their
How fucking
designs.
Tasty Riku is what?
So Riku, when he changes back into being Riku, he's still like he is like a little bit older than Sora and Kairi.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought it was just like a kind of slight design change that they just kind of went with because it was like a later game, but it is legit. He's gone through this weird shit that's made him more of a mature character, so now he literally looks older than Kairi and Sora.
He's also older than Kairi and Sora.
Also literally older.
Yeah.
But when he went in, he wasn't. When he was like being transformed into fucking
I thought he was always like a year or two older than them, but like only a year or two, not like.
not like significantly older, not like
Yeah.
old enough to be like an older brother type.
Yeah. Well, like they kind of pulled back on that in the later games because like in Kingdom Hearts 3, he actually looks younger than he did in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, that's,
So
that
I don't know
is
what fucking like L'Oreal fucking moisturizer he's using, but it's good shit apparently.
really good shit. That good Kingdom Hearts shit.
Yeah.
What you don't know is he distilled the essence of darkness
Yeah.
into a lotion.
I bet darkness is great for your skin, at least at first.
Yeah. Until you get all antsy and then it's like,
I was gonna say, yeah, until you start turning all fucking Emperor Palpatine.
I was gonna say, yeah, until the lightning starts crackling through your veins.
But like, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2, which, by the way, I fucking loved his design in Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm really sad they backtracked on it. Like, I know they needed to, but like, come on.
Yeah.
His Kingdom Hearts 2 design was so cool. And I know it's like edgy, like anime cool, but it's still fucking cool.
But Riku gets to be the edgy anime guy. Like I know people act like they hate it, but in an anime thing, there needs to be at least one character that's like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Not to mention, he's a fucking badass. Like,
And he's also not just like edgy. Like, he has more character than just being like the fucking edgelord, you know?
Yeah, it's just Riku's just such a cool character, and like every game that you play as him, like he's more of a realized character than Sora,
Yeah.
with
Well,
the
that's
exception
why-
of Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's why he passes his little test or whatever, and Sora doesn't.
Yeah. Well, they just needed to reset him before Kingdom Hearts 3, let's be real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking, I will say, like, Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3 had more humanizing moments, I guess. Like, it shows that he's... this is why, like, I hate Kingdom Hearts, and also I'm in love with Kingdom Hearts, is because, like, we're fucking, like, 10 games in now, and Sora's finally, like, becoming more of a character than just being, like, a happy-go-lucky kid.
Right.
And he's,
yeah.
like, just keeping it up for appearance's sake, essentially. But, like...
But that's also all in, like, probably one of the worst games in the series. in Kingdom
Yeah, well,
Hearts
it's
3.
like there's so much like character development, but it's in Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's the
Yeah.
issue.
Right. That always sucks. Like when the characters are finally getting interesting, but the thing they're in just is not good anymore.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Actually, I'll be fair, I liked Kingdom Hearts 3. It was different, and like it felt a little bit like most of the actual game felt like not relevant, essentially. Because like
Yeah.
most of the time in a Kingdom Hearts game, the like plot is happening in the Disney world, and it's like relevant to the rest of the series or rest of the game. But like Kingdom Hearts 3, that is just not the case.
Kingdom Hearts 3 feels very much like it's just trying to wrap up all these stories so it can move
Except
on to
it
something else.
fucking didn't.
Except it doesn't, yeah, because what's-his-face comes back and he's like, actually, I was one of these guys the whole time.
Well, and then fucking Sora. Spoilers for fucking Kingdom Hearts 3.
Sora dies.
And it's like, bro, like, you finally, like, they had a perfectly good ending to
Yeah.
just be like, oh, I'm gonna go get Kyrie back, and then he does, and then he's a Keyblade Master. End of saga. Like,
Yeah. But no, it's like, I got her back, but also I gotta stay behind, so.
but also, yeah, he's dead. It's just like, are you kidding me? Fuck,
But even
man.
even that to me would be a fine ending if they really were like, this is the end. Yes, Sora dies to save his friends. Whoopsie. You know, he gave up his life to so they could be happy. Cool. The series is over, but no, they're like, we gotta go get Sora, of course.
I mean, like, that is the whole crux of the series, essentially, but, like,
We gotta go get our friend. Yeah.
yeah. But, like, fucking, why? Just give us one game with a definite ending. Kingdom Hearts 2
Right.
had a, like, pretty definite ending.
Yeah.
Like, admittedly, I wanted Kingdom Hearts 3, but Kingdom Hearts 2 could have been the end of the series as far as, like, the chronological, like, series was concerned.
Yeah.
So it's just like, fucking, bro, like, just give us a fucking ending.
Because it's like, fucking, in Kingdom Hearts 3, you defeat the man behind it all, you know? It's like, the dude who basically caused everything to happen
Yeah,
is
caused Birth by
gone.
Sleep, fucking Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, everything.
Dead, defeated. Like,
He got the
like,
Keyblade. Sora got the Keyblade.
Right. Became more powerful than ever, you know? Just completely godlike in every possible way. But there's gotta be a Kingdom Hearts 4.
I will say, I like that they
Or
made him give up the
something.
Keyblade. I like
Yeah.
that they made him, like, story-wise, give up the Keyblade. That is really, really, like, I won't say consistent, but it's, like, it's a good thing, because then you're not gonna be like, why didn't you just pull it out of his ass for this game, you know?
Right. It's always a premature choice to have like the character give up all that power, because especially when they know, especially when power is not really what the character wanted.
Yeah. Or, like, in the case of this, like, the Keyblade is only active for, like, X amount, or, like, for, like, a specific scenario. Like, that's
Yeah.
cool, because it's, like, you could technically set it up again and have it be, like, pull it out of his ass later, but, like, you can't do it at all times.
Yeah.
I don't... Fuck.
Is Kingdom Hearts going to turn into Final Fantasy, where it's just a series with like because it already has like a million different entries, right? But is it going to be like, hey, it's Kingdom Hearts 12, you know?
I mean, no,
with,
because
like with
Kingdom Hearts
all the
games are
same
connected.
characters. This will be all the same characters, I think.
See,
Like-
the issue is, like, Final Fantasy games get a break because each one is a different universe.
Right, yeah.
Kingdom Hearts does not get a break because it's all the same universe. Ah.
But that doesn't seem to stop them, right, from adding just new, like, a butt fuck ton of more characters, you know?
Yeah. dude, it's like I just
Because think about when you're playing as a Roxas, like that could have been in a completely different universe, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm just waiting for, because the whole thing about Kingdom Hearts is that it's set in like a universe where you can explore the entire universe, right? Where's Universe 2 at? You know what's coming.
Yeah.
I will.
In this one, Sora
Bro.
is the leader.
They in 3 they did introduce another universe.
Oh yeah, it's the universe from the Toy Story. TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like a secret level where you can fight that dude. And he kicks the shit out of Sora.
Yeah, that's like where he is at the end of the game, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm gonna be real honest here. I definitely did not go back and beat that game on Proud Mode and do all the secret shit. I just did not give a fuck. Also, that game's critical mode is nuts. I was playing it and I tried to get through. I know I mentioned this a couple times, but like fucking, I got to Hercules World and I could not get past the second Heartless battle.
Damn.
Yeah, and I've played these games a shit ton. I've beaten like every single, well, not every single, but I've beaten like most of the games on Proud Mode multiple times. Like, this shouldn't be an issue for me. It totally is. And I hate it.
I think games are just kind of getting just harder and harder in general.
Yeah. Well, in Kingdom Hearts, yeah, it definitely hit that point where it was like Kingdom Hearts 3 is like a ramp in difficulty even for like a casual game.
I think for all the like the talk for like all the put a easy mode in XYZ, you know, and make games easier, make games more accessible. I do think their game developers are like trying to fulfill that need for a more challenging game, like a genuinely more challenging game.
Yeah.
Not just, you know, not just simple put a hard mode in it or some shit. Like actually make it so when you go up in those difficulties, it's you're actually doing shit. You're actually using what you've learned.
Yeah. I will say like trying to beat Kingdom Hearts 3 on Proud Mode, because we might have done a playthrough on Proud Mode, but like you had to use the iframes of like the changing a lot in boss battles.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Well, it's like I remember Keon was having trouble with was having difficulty with the combat at first because I was playing it like a fighting game where I was like essentially never finishing a combo, you know, and then just like constantly chaining into like a form change and then continuing the combo like that. So that helped a lot. Fucking okay, no, I need to get back on this new fucking game because I'm gonna fucking flip my shit. I just saw a look at Kairi and she looks older, so I think this is actually a continuation, and I just want to kill myself.
Fun times.
More games. You
I mean,
should be
like,
happy.
more
games.
lore!
Right? Yeah,
More
more Kingdom
lore!
Hearts lore because that's what it needs.
Like, to be fair, I do like Kingdom Hearts enough to play like this kind of stuff. Plus, I like rhythm games. Like, it's basically like both of the things that I like. Also, why is Amazon recommending that I get a Russian military hat? And why do I want to get it?
It's telling you to get ready, buddy.
But more importantly, like this is a full release. This is like $60 release.
Did
better be a
they
full-ass
announce
game.
this? Whatever happened to like that mobile game about fucking
Oh, Union Cross X.
yeah?
It's also technically still alive, but that is a prequel. So
Yeah, because it's about Xehanort or whatever. Or
yeah, back in the day.
yeah, back when he was a kid. Yeah, back when he was a cool bro who just wanted the world to be cool as him.
Fucking like, I really hope that this is. I really hope that I could slap some shit happened sticker on this and like move on and not have to play it.
Nah, I think since it has like older Kairi, you're gonna have to jump in on this one.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably gonna be like where they're gonna find Sora, like
Yeah.
just from the like cover art, because it's all like it's her sitting in a chair.
But you said it's a rhythm game.
Yeah,
It
it looks like it's Atlantis, but like the entire game.
I feel like
all the different worlds.
I would rather just play Kairi in like a straight action game.
I'd rather
I want to see
Kairi
what she
straight too. Yeah.
I want to see what she does, dude. I want to see what she does, dude, because she has a fucking Keyblade, but you never really see if she can like.
And she's training with
to see
Lee.
it for like a moment.
Well, she was training with Lee for the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Ah.
And she fought in Kingdom Hearts 3, but like you didn't fight with her a shit ton. Also, can I just say despite like my bitching about this game, I love Kingdom Hearts, and I love the fact that you can get literally every single game, except for Kingdom Hearts 3 and this new one, in one collection. Like, fucking, for those of you that don't know, the story so far is, actually, let me make sure.
Happen?
I want to make sure that it's like actually exactly what I'm saying, but like I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see here. I believe it is every single game in the series minus Kingdom Hearts 3 and the new game. So it is, yeah, okay, so it's both of the like collections, quote unquote. So it's 1.5 and 2.5 and 2.8, all of them, and it's $30. Like, fucking just go buy it. I don't even care if you don't play Kingdom Hearts. Buy it.
Take a fucking note, Nintendo. Holy shit! Like,
Yeah.
No, look. Kingdom Hearts makes its money literally just being like, we could just repackage this and sell it for an extra like $10, right?
they can just capitalize on the whole notion that Kingdom Hearts' story is confusing and you have to play all the games to understand it. They'll just capitalize on that, and they'll be like, "Do you want? Hey, new Kingdom Hearts is out. Do you want to play all the old ones so you know what's going on, newbie?" Like,
I mean-
well, I guess I have to.
Even if you don't know what Kingdom Hearts is and you want to get into it, I mean that's just a good way to get into
Right,
it.
yeah.
Port it over. Like, who's gonna be angry at you porting it over and selling it at a lower price?
It's almost like giving people who missed out on it the first time the opportunity to play it again on the new modern thing. Really gets people to play a fucking game.
yeah.
Well, and it's like, the other thing that's cool is that it's not even, like, even when it came out, I think it was a $40 release.
Yeah.
And, like, now it's $30. It's like, they very obviously, like, I know they're making money and, like, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, there probably wasn't a shit ton of development time that actually went into this because it's just, it's literally bundling games that were already, like,
Made.
yeah, and, like, they are already done all the ports for it. This is just, like, or, like, even on the PS4, they'd already done all the ports.
Right.
And so, like, I'm not going to buy the Story So Far, which is, like, what it's called. But, because I actually have, like, all the ports on, like, 2 different systems. But, like, it's cool that they just did that. Like, they didn't have to do that. They are still selling, like, the 1.5, 2.5, and the 2.8 for $30 each. Or you can get everything in the Story So Far. Like, and it's all the same price, essentially. Like, it's just
Yeah.
fucking cool. Like, they're making money, obviously. But, like, it's cool, because it seems like they're not fucking just, like, jacking you off.
They're not just making money, they're fucking earning money by doing something that people actually want.
Yeah, and they're not fucking relegating it to, like, you have to go buy a bunch of, like, different stuff, you know? Like, you don't have to buy a PSP and a 3DS and, you know, like, fucking a PS2. Like, they're just like, yeah, you know what? This game is,
It's just
like,
on here.
the story is extremely long. Fucking just here. Like, it makes me so happy. Like, it's nice because, like, I didn't have a PS3 for the longest time, so I couldn't actually play, like, the HD remakes of shit. But, like, also they give you Final Mix, which is, like, the even better version of all the shit. But, like, it makes me so happy because, like, now I can just fucking, like, if I want to play Kingdom Hearts, like, Chain of Memories, which I haven't been able to play because I didn't have my fucking Game Boy, like, I can just play it now. I can play it on my PS3 or on PS4. Like, it makes me so happy to be a fan of this franchise because it is, now it is so accessible.
I think I'll just stick with the Chain of Memories manga, thank you very much.
Yeah. You mean the least painful version of
It's-
it? Yeah, for sure.
And probably, or at least for a while, probably more accessible to get than the fucking Game Boy version, the Game Boy Advance version.
I definitely have that somewhere. But, yeah.
I definitely used to have an issue. I don't know what happened to it. I think, Cameron, you used to have an issue too. Yeah.
Eventually, I went and borrowed my friend's PS2 copy
Yeah.
because that was a thing.
Just borrowing your friend's copy to do things?
No, PS2 copy of Chain of Memories.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm planning on doing a what's it called? A video on, like, how to get into Kingdom Hearts. And I'm like, I was, like, really sitting down and, like, thinking about it, and I'm like, what games do you actually need to play to understand Kingdom Hearts? You know? And I've boiled it down to you need to play Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's it. Like,
Not even Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts 1.
well, because like Kingdom Hearts 2 does a good enough job at like,
It does a full recap pretty much.
yeah.
I guess if you're just going for the story, yeah.
Because like I didn't finish Kingdom Hearts 1 until I had beaten Kingdom Hearts 2 like 7 times. Because Kingdom Hearts 1 was fucking hard and I was a dumbass kid. And but like it does a good enough job like essentially recounting like what was important from Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories. And then Birth by Sleep kind of explains a little bit of like who the fuck all these random ass people are and who the fuck Aqua is.
Yeah.
And then like if you just roll like I'm literally planning on saying this in the video where like if you can just roll with the punches and like don't get bogged down in a bunch of details, just go into Kingdom Hearts 3 and shit will fall into place. Like
Yeah.
but like it is weird that like you don't really need to play the first game and you don't really need to play like anything but those 3 games to like understand the story.
You do miss.
you know
miss out on some cool moments in the first
Yeah.
game though.
I was gonna say if you want something kind of cool, start with the second game. Kind of go through the series, like go through those games you talked about, and then go back and play the first one, and then be like, here's a cool prequel about the cool guys that came before and what they were doing beforehand. You know, like how some shows do when they have like Hajime no Ippo has an episode where they talk about a match that the coach had back in during World War II. You know.
Yeah.
So having something that's like, hey, I bet you're wondering why Sora was such a badass back in the day or whatever, or what the deal is with the whole story. All right, well, here's one. There you go.
Yeah.
Here's the birth of Kingdom Hearts, or whatever, at least the series.
Yeah. But like cuz like Kingdom Hearts 2 does a pretty good job of like doing flashbacks for all the like quote unquote emotional moments, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like when they're in Neverland and Sora's like, "Oh man, can't wait till Kairi flew," or like when he like the only thing they really skip over is like him getting turned into a Heartless near the end
Yeah,
of
I
the
was
game.
gonna say that's the one thing you really miss out from not playing the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they show the cutscenes, but they don't show him really like being a Heartless.
Yeah, because he just turns to a stupid little generic Heartless.
Yeah, okay, can we hold on? Why is like the main character a fucking shadow?
The guy who is like, people talk about having like the purest, biggest, greatest heart or whatever the fuck ever, is just some generic little shadow. Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's because he doesn't have much darkness in his heart, so there's not much for it to latch onto. But like, fucking, at least give him hair or something. Like,
Why wouldn't he have like a unique design, at least a little bit? Yeah.
yeah, but like that's kind of important. And like, I know they would go over it like a little bit in Kingdom Hearts 2, but like, fucking, it literally creates all of the nobodies. Like, fucking,
Yeah.
bro, like, or like the most
Yeah,
important nobody, I should say.
That is funny. I didn't even think about that part.
Yeah, it literally creates the need for Kingdom Hearts 2. It's like that one moment.
Yep.
It's like, fuck, bro. Also, like, all the time travel bullshit, like...
That was something to wrap your brain around of.
I'm telling you, man, like... I'm getting Kayla's design for Some Shit Happened as a sticker, and I'm just gonna sell them online, and, like,
You should make that a emote for yourself too.
I should. I should, bro. Like... Oh my god, bro. It is... That series just makes me want to kill myself. Like... you know? Like... Oh, god.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Because I don't really have like I guess comic books, but I don't really give a fuck about the continuity of comic books. Like, I don't really have anything that's this massively long running series where majority of it is not necessarily side games, but not necessarily mainline games either.
Yeah.
And where I don't have this massive amount of lore to really keep up with. That's uber important to every little aspect, you know.
Yeah.
So I can see why it'd be so frustrating, because even like Final Fantasy, it's like no one is into every Final Fantasy game. Most people are like,
No.
oh yeah, I like these. I know the story of these, and that's about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's like it's also so infuriating because you don't need all of the extra games if you can just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so infuriating. Is because like
you can just
you
kinda
play
let
like
go.
a 40-hour long game and get like a little bit of context, which admittedly is like cool, but like fucking dude, like
Yeah.
that's 40 hours I could have been working. Like
Yep.
that's 40 hours I could have been playing World of Warcraft. Like, bro. This series makes me want to pull my hair out, and I love it.
Yeah, if only it was more like Metal Gear, where you could literally just play one of the games and just be good for that game. You know, not you might get little hints of stuff that happened in the other games, but only 4 is the one where you're like, if
What
you
the
knew
fuck
about,
is going on?
if you knew about this beforehand, then congratulations, you know, you got the information, you know what's going on. But if you jumped in at 4, I don't know what's wrong with you, dog. But like every other game is like the first game is just a solid, you know, Metal Gear Solid game where you just play a straightforward story. 2, it references a guy, but you know, like Snake shows up, but he's mostly like the mentor type character, so you can kind of get along with never really playing as him ever, just kind of getting the story about him. You know? And I don't know, like in 3 is a prequel, so 3, fuck everything that happened in 1 and 2. We just talk about Big Boss and how cool he was and how he became Big Boss and why everybody's so obsessed with him in 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4, you know, 4, bring up everything. Kingdom Hearts is kind of a nightmare, to be quite honest. And I don't even know why I'm as into it as I am, because I'm not as into it as you are, but I've followed enough that I know what the fuck is going on. And like I know enough about the side games and I know weird obscure shit, but
Yeah, I don't fucking like. You know, just
anyway, enough talking about Kingdom Hearts. I'm talking about forever.
yeah.
You could probably talk about it for hours, to be honest, but
It really do be like that.
It really.
so I did a thing. I did like nothing this week, right? I was kind of too busy writing shit to make something and following politics. So the only video game I played was Fallout 4 because it was on sale and I bought it a while ago, and I was like, I need a game with decent gunplay that isn't like a Call of Duty-esque first-person shooter, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I've just been playing a fuck ton of that. I watched a movie called The Knights of Badassdom. It's got Steve Zahn, Peter Dinklage, that guy who plays Abed in Community, and Ryan Quanten. Yeah, this is probably like the lowest budget movie I've seen in a while. This is clearly like somebody's got around to hang out and do a movie. Basically, the plot is a bunch of dorky ass D&D players are out LARPing, and they decide the main character Steve Zahn is trying to become like a level whatever wizard, and to do it he has to pull off a spell, right? Basically just LARP so good it impresses like the guy who's in charge, right?
Yep.
So he finds this book online, follows the instructions, you know, makes a summoning circle and all that, because he's decided he's going to do a summoning as part of his test or whatever. So he does the summoning, a bunch of smoke happens, the sky opens up, and they think nothing happens. Turns out they summoned an actual demon, and proceeds to just murder literally everybody.
Everybody. I've seen this scene so many times.
Fucking everybody at this
Gets
fucking LARPing
wrecked.
thing. Like, holy shit. This movie is kind of shitty, but I love it. Because the chick playing the demon, I actually think she's really, really fucking good. She's good at playing, like, a demon who's only barely trying to pretend she's human, you know? So she's good at being, like, freaky and weird, but also very, like, I'm impatiently pretending I'm human, but really I just want to eat you, you know? It's kind of shocking, a lot of the deaths in this. Peter Dinklage, who you think is going to be like a main character, dies in is one of the first people to die, right?
Yeah.
And so as the movie goes on, she's just killing people, and they kind of they get the book and they start stopping her. They start reading some shit to her and they think it stops her. And then the guy who's in charge looks at the book and he actually knows what the book is about. And he's like, "Holy shit! You didn't stop her. You made her stronger." And she comes back. And this is like this big gathering of like so all the LARPers, they got together for like a big fake war, right? So she comes back as like this giant like puppet demon monster. And there's this long scene of her just slaughtering everybody in this shitty low budget movie where it's like a comedy, right? So you think everything's going to be cool and fun and nice and everybody's going to have a good time, but it's like one of the most brutal, bloody movies I've seen in a while. Mm-hmm. It's not even like it's cheap and shitty. So it's so weird. It is
cheap and shitty.
It's so weird that it had this like effect on me because there's like when I mean like everyone dies, I mean like everyone but like 3 characters. Mm-hmm. It's madness. Just
they get wrecked too. Like it's not like they just die.
Right, it's not like they're getting like poked a little bit or shot or whatever. It's like the thing will walk up to somebody and like rip them in half or rip all their organs out, or impale them. Like it's crazy. And like me and my buddy were watching it. We just kind of saw it on Amazon, and we saw it at Steve Zahn. We were talking about Steve Zahn and how funny he is, and how much you liked him. So we were like, hey, let's watch a Steve Zahn thing, And that was something we just hadn't heard of or hadn't seen. So when we checked it out, we didn't expect it to be like this super gory, incredibly like.
Campy's a good word.
I don't even know about camp, cause like it's clear like they're intentionally being campy for LARPing purposes, but like outside of game, they're all just kind of a bunch of dorks, They're cause it's just a bunch of people hanging out, right? So when they're doing their dialogue, it really does just sound like, like us having a conversation.
Yeah, maybe that's why it feels so real. Is because you can see it being a thing, and then this shit just happens.
And also like something that always kind of gets me, and I've been thinking about this a lot. So whenever in a show or a movie or some piece of entertainment where the heroes go, we have to stop X from doing Y, right? We have to stop the monster from killing all these people, right? That was the thing in this movie. When the heroes kind of fail at that, like when the thing starts killing a bunch of people, to me they've instantly failed.
Yeah.
To me, it's over as far as I'm concerned. The movie could just roll credits right now because the heroes failed, right? And this movie is huge like that because it's like they're like, oh my god, this thing is like a huge monster now and it's gonna go after this huge group of people. We gotta go stop it, right? That's the mission essentially. They fail because it kills everybody. That's shocking to me that they just fail so hard, right? And it's kind of like casually looked over, like in fucking Man of Steel when Superman helps destroy an entire fucking city, even though he's supposed to be saving it, like, and it's just casually like just kind of ignored, all the destruction, all the death, that leaves a bigger mark on me for not because it's good or anything, not because like in this instance I liked it because it was unexpected in this shitty low budget movie. But in something where the scale is kind of grander, you don't really want that. You want the hero to do what the hero should be doing. You want the fucking movie to happen. If you can get your hands on Knights of Badassdom, just watch it. Because it's a good little, like, if you're just bored, it's only like an hour and a half, a little over that. If you're just kind of bored, check it out. It's like, it's pretty funny, because the people in it are like naturally funny. So, and again, since it's just them having the conversation, it's just them hanging out. The jokes come off a little more natural. The jokes are all,
like a group of friends just actually
right. If you were out LARPing, you would be making jokes about shooting fireballs into somebody's asshole, right? So it's fun if you just want to watch a movie that isn't full of stupid bullshit. It's pretty straightforward,
You mean that is just stupid bullshit?
This movie is just stupid bullshit, but it's straightforward stupid bullshit. So
you
it's
know,
not.
you know it's stupid bullshit before
Yeah.
they.
Yeah. The fucking thing opens and you're like, I clearly I'm not supposed to be taking this seriously. Even for a comedy film, I need to take it less seriously. You know. So, watch it. It's fun. It's shocking. It's funny. There's a gratuitous makeout scene between two chicks. The succubus starts making out with some chick for like no reason. It lasts for like probably like a minute and a half. If you're not into that, you know, it's not that long.
Skip 90 seconds. I don't know.
Right. Or, you know, download the movie and just cut out that 90 seconds. You know, it's up to you. Whatever you want. Just letting y'all know it's in there. You know, cut out that 90 seconds for your personal use later.
Moving on. Oh my god, bro.
I didn't do shit else. So, except follow the election, which is still going on.
Yep.
I don't want to think about that right now.
I don't either. So I've been I did like nothing this week either except for my normal shit. I played Risk of Rain. I played League of Legends. I played Power Rangers. Got yeah, that's Genshin Impact. Fun ass game.
Everyone I know, even like people at work that like aren't super hardcore gamers, are just like addicted on the game right now.
It's like in all honesty, it's a fun game. They just announced the trailer for 1.1.
It's a solid 7 out of 10.
You know what? I'll take that from you, Deshaun.
That's a pretty high. That's some pretty high praise.
Because you know what? Playing it, I didn't feel like I was going to throw up all over myself at any point. So, you know, to me,
And
it's like it was a good action game. Or not good. A passable
Serviceable.
action.
It's
Serviceable action game, you know. The characters played differently enough that I was, you know, mostly enjoying my time with them. Really wish I could have got to Diluc, but, you know, whatever.
Don't want to spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I don't really want to fucking play the slot machine. So, whatever.
That's like why I stopped when I did. I was like,
Yeah.
I can feel like already the kind of stuff that I didn't like about Fire Emblem Heroes, and I was just like,
Also, when I kind of started to realize just how many characters there were, I was like, I'm not gonna spend time trying to get these characters.
There's a lot of them.
I don't really care that much, you know. So, yeah, I will not be going back to that game most likely, unless there's like just the coolest character ever, and it's gonna have to be very specific to my interests for me to, you know, want to get back in there. But until then,
Do you want a guy who summons a meteor
No.
and attacks people by kicking a staff instead of actually like using it?
no.
Okay.
I would rather he just use the staff or just kick the guy.
I mean, he does, but there's in like the middle of his string, he stabs the staff into the ground and then kicks the staff at the person, and I'm like, yeah, that's my shit.
Give me.
Yup.
Give me.
He also summons a meteor, which
What
is
that
fucking.
show? You know what? Here, let me indulge myself real quick. Give me cool ass black dude with boxing gloves and who's got like a dread mohawk, and he let's see what else. He's the bad guy, but you play as him, so he's like an asshole to all the other characters. What else?
Give him his super stops time and he punches everybody in stop time.
There you go. Yeah,
There you
and
go. Yep.
and the effect is fucking like Dio's, exactly like Dio's.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There. What would his element be?
His element would be not Earth. Definitely not Earth.
not Earth.
his element would be time.
It'd be wind. It'd be
Maybe
wind.
winds, yeah.
He would have his own fucking element.
Yeah, he just outside element. Yeah.
But yeah, it'd probably be wind.
Give me that, and then make him like stupid easy to get. There you go. and then I'll jump back
give him
in.
a banner. Give him a banner that has a 30% drop.
Right. Yeah. Make it insanely easy to get, and then I'll jump back in. But until then, no thanks.
Understood.
I would have liked the game better if it was a single player game.
If it was like a, what do you mean, like just a straight up like
If they
regular
just
game.
made the game and not made it
Yeah.
like a gotcha game, I think I would like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
If
what
they
you mean.
if they just made their own Breath of the Wild instead of making a gotcha game with Breath of the Wild layered on top of it.
Yeah, because it's like it's actually a pretty serviceable game, but like
Yeah.
I could. I don't know. Like the dungeons felt very like
They feel samey
dra-
after a while.
dragon
They're-
nesty, you know,
They're not dungeons, quote unquote.
delves or whatever the fuck they're called.
They're called domains, but
Yeah.
Like
they're not. No, I'm just saying, like, when you think of a dungeon, you think of like, oh, I got to do this to do this to do this.
But these are
Inside
just
this.
like, just go fight some dudes.
Yeah.
You might
not-
have like a slight platforming section where you gotta glide over some shit, maybe.
But that's it. Yeah.
But yeah,
Which
for the most part,
is
just
cool.
go fight some dudes.
I will say the
Yeah,
gliding
it's
is cool.
it's cool. I wish it was utilized in more creative ways.
there's one where like you go around and you drop bombs on people instead of fighting
Yeah,
them.
I remember that one. Yeah,
That was cool. But like they had these like small little sections where you're like, oh shit, this is an actual video game, and then it's immediately over, and you're like,
remember that fucking stealth section?
that you thought was gonna be cool, and then it's like, oh, they just
Like-
do it in here.
Hints at being more of a real game, but then it's either just half-assed or it never comes back.
Now, I will say the one part of the game that I will say is like an actual like proper section is they have a bullet hell mode where you are fighting a giant dragon. And that shit was cool.
Is it anything like that kind of sort of bullet hell, like that cube, that weird purple cube that does the bullet hell stuff? Is it anything like that?
No, so you're actually like 3D flying around, up, down, left, right,
Oh,
yada,
okay,
yada.
okay.
You're on a 2D plane going up and down, but it's full motion in that area.
That's pretty rad.
It's not a hard bullet hell, so like you lose that aspect of it because bullet hells are supposed to be kind of difficult, but
Yeah.
it's still cool that you get to do it nonetheless.
If you want to play a completely insane bullet hell, get to those
Ikaruga.
later Enter the Gungeon levels.
Ah, that's what you mean. Yeah,
Bro,
right.
they're so insane. Literally, like, the entire screen will be filled with bullets, and you have to move in the one little tiny square that isn't. And if you didn't make it, you're getting lit the fuck up. So hard.
Yeah, I feel that with I played Wizard of Legend this week as well.
Oh, nice.
What's Wizard of Legend? Is that card
That
game?
is Enter the Gungeon with wizards. It's like Hades. It's a lot more like Hades than Enter the Gungeon, but
Hold on. Wizard
of Legend.
of Legends.
No, just Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wizard of... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I do remember this.
It's closer to Hades than it is Gungeon, but it's in the same vein.
So what about it? Is it good?
Oh, it's fantastic. I just went back and played it. There's a lot of new updates, a lot of new stuff. I also went and played Dead Cells this week. A lot of new game, a lot of the same stuff, but new stuff at the same time.
Well, I mean, it's been like
Well,
2 or 3 DLCs, right? And they've updated
Yeah.
it quite a bit. So
I haven't played any of the DLC stuff either, which I feel a
Really?
little bad about.
I haven't either. I want to get back into it, but like when they changed the way the movement feels, I just lost interest.
Yeah, it's still a genuinely fun game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of grindy sometimes, and I grinded the fuck out of it when it first came out.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I guess I didn't even realize it, but since I'm like a scraper, I fucking wouldn't head straight for the exit in Dead Cells. I would
Yeah.
clean up like every last corner of the fucking level,
Yep.
which people were like, "You don't really need to do that, dude. You can just kind of."
Yeah, like the whole point.
Grab your
whole
shit and then
point's
go.
Be fast, like go,
Yeah.
go.
Which yeah, that became like a huge problem later on because I would get to the final boss and I would have like no health. You know, I would do the little bit of recovery that was in that one room, but it wouldn't be enough, and I'd fight him and he'd kill me.
Yeah, and like the new update and patches help out a lot with that. Where like because at least you'll have if you are a scraper, because before what it would be is that you'd get those doors, the rooms, the time doors and stuff.
Yeah.
If you make it there, you would get a bunch of bonuses. You could also get those same bonuses by scraping, but it takes just like 3 times as much time.
Longer.
So like at least when you get to the boss, you'll have the proper utilities to do it. You might just be missing some of the stronger weapons and whatnot.
Yeah. But because I would scrape, I was also able to kind of upgrade everything pretty fast. You know, I was collecting those little blue orbs or whatever, and I was, leveling up. I was like, getting pretty strong weapons. I was basically killing every single enemy in the level, so I would have enough money and then a ton left over to do whatever I wanted, essentially.
Once you guys are done with that, I need to bitch.
Go for it.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
No, I can wait.
I mean, we're done.
Yeah.
Dead Cells is kind of its own thing. Well, I mean, it's still Cameron's week, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dead Cells, I've been watching a bunch of Street Fighter again, just because it's one of those games that I'm like, I played a fuck ton of this, so I like to reminisce.
It's me and League right there. Just actually stop playing League.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so like, I've been watching Street Fighter, and that's always a good time. Like, just watching Street Fighter versus playing Street Fighter, watching it can be interesting, but I also haven't watched a shit ton of it because I realized that a lot of the matches look exactly the same. So like, I'm happy to go back and watch it, and now I'm like, oh, I think I'm done now.
Man, if only Street Fighter was exciting.
But there's Grand Blue Anime Street Fighter.
Anime games!
I've been playing Grand Blue, getting back into that. It is what it is.
That's a game.
It's fun. I play stories. I have issues.
Not quite the, what do you say, the anime Street Fighter killer that they were making it out to be. Huh.
No, it's not.
You know what, man? The hype around that game was so fucking huge when they were first announcing it. Everybody was like, man, this game's actually really, really good. And then it just kind of fell off the map.
So you want to know what happened? You want to know what happened? I can tell you exactly what happened. The game came out. Everyone was super excited for it. It was doing good, and the connection to other players sucks ass.
Yep.
That's 100% what happened. It was just like, oh, by the way, you can't play with people across the world.
That's how it is for like so many games that could be good and like, it'd be essentially like just massive
almost
multiplayer.
God tier.
Yeah, almost God tier. It's just you got some shitty online, so your game has to die out because nobody's playing it.
Yep. Now there's still a shit ton of people playing it, obviously, but
Right, yeah, but it's not as big as it could be.
it could have been absolutely massive.
Yeah, because it's like playing Street Fighter, except it's also fun to watch.
The thing that pisses me off the most in that game is that there's no dashing block.
Really?
So if you dash forward, you start sliding. The only thing you
Yeah.
can do is spot dodge or dodge forward or dash forward. And both of those are super punishable. So hip hip hooray. I hate dashing in that game because I always get blown up for it. But I need to dash because hey, I'm sorry. I need to be close to you. But yeah. Did that. I think I already talked about Phasmophobia.
You definitely talked about it a little bit last week.
Yeah. I still love and hate that game.
I've been trying to work up the courage to play Resident Evil 7.
I can understand.
Do it.
All right. And then other than that, I watched finished No Game No Life.
I do like that cliffhanger though.
It's fine. Doesn't bother me. I love the concept for the show. Absolutely love the concept for the show.
But
There's a lot of fan service.
Yeah. Yeah, there are.
Like, all the good moments of that show then get taken back, and I'm like, all right,
marred by the fan service. Yeah.
you're an otaku. Yeah. You want boobs, and you're a virgin. Cool. Great job.
I will say, I think out of all of the like harem slash ecchi manga anime light novel setups, like that's probably one of the most realistic. Is the dude is just a complete fucking shut-in who has no experience.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, he has some what's it called to him, some redeemable qualities other than just being, I want tits and ass in my face.
You mean by literally being a game god? Yeah.
No, I just meant like.
Does he like any
he
other actual character traits?
Well,
Do-
yeah. Yes,
like-
he does.
Like he's
Well,
smart and like calculating and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
This is just, like,
whatever.
the other
Because
stuff.
he's the gamer god, whatever. Fuck all that
But-
bullshit.
but yeah, no,
is
no.
he like?
So-
Is he like a courageous man? Is he like? I'm not gonna let these babies get munched up by this wood chipper. You know.
He's one of the people who he actually cares about people's emotions, but he forgets that he has to care about people's emotions.
Okay.
So he'll just be talking analytically and then be like, "Oh fuck, that's right, you care about this." So he shits all over like the main female protagonist father, and then he's like, "Oh, you like your grandfather? Fuck."
All right. You love this man. Whoops.
Let me go ahead and try to figure out why, and then obviously because of anime, he solves the issue
Of
like.
course, yeah.
But like,
Is there ever a moment where he's like, "Hey, if we just kill half the kingdom, we'll actually be fine"? And then people are like, "Actually, you can't do that because my grandmother is on that half of the kingdom, and if she dies, I'll be really sad."
No, but he does go, "Yeah, I'm just gonna sacrifice 2 million people. If we win, we win. If we don't, it was fun."
It's just a video game anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really do be like that.
Is there anyone who's is there a show where the dude is just like, it's just a video game, kill them all?
No,
I don't think so.
At least not in the anime.
I would enjoy that. Give me a show about, and not like Overlord where the guy is like nominally a villain. Give me a guy who's like,
Actually,
this is
villain.
just a video game world. I'm gonna go home at the end of this. I don't really give a shit. I'm just gonna burn the kingdom down.
Oh, and but yeah, I haven't watched anything else. But in other news, Bo Fury's getting a second season.
This is the
I put all my stats into defense because I don't want to get
Yeah.
hurt.
was that recently released? I thought I remember you talking about it.
It wasn't recently released, but the the second season it just been announced recently.
Okay, because I thought I remember you saying that, but maybe that was the other.
No, I probably did say it earlier, but yeah.
I mean, he's definitely mentioned it in previous podcasts.
The reason why I brought it up is because Deshaun said he wants someone who just will burn everything down. I feel like that's something that would happen in that game.
Really?
Yeah. I want another game where you guys know about the story where the I forget how to phrase it, but there's MMO where once someone beats a certain quest, the entire world changes for that server.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so there's 3 main factions in this server. It's an RP server where they don't want to change the world tendency because it destroys half the world, and then you have to do all this other bullshit, right? So one villain group gets in the server and decides that they're gonna go start the quest, right? So all 3 guilds get together to beat the boss that you're not. It's supposed to be unbeatable, and they they start doing such a good job. The game is breaking because they don't know how to react to someone actually beating this boss.
But isn't the world state supposed to change?
The world state's supposed to change,
So couldn't you?
but the
can't-
boss is not supposed to be able to defeat it. It's supposed to destroy the world, and then the
Oh,
world
like
change-
you're supposed to lose.
yeah, you're supposed to lose
Okay,
on that
okay.
quest, and then like part of the world explodes or some shit like that, and then you get all the new factions and stuff.
That's a fucking shitty final quest.
Well, it's not a final quest. It's
Well,
mid-
for
it's-
that arc or whatever.
it's
That-
mid-arc.
Like, come on, you can't even beat the fucking thing.
Yeah. So, but they all get together and they start doing things, and then halfway through the server, the the creators of the game, the devs, get pinged that something weird's going on, and they have to program that server out of existence for a moment because I'm gonna go find this fucking
So
article.
are these like people? These are people trapped in the game, right?
No. This is real life.
Okay, they're just playing. No, this is okay. So this is not a video game world. They're just playing.
They're just playing an MMO, and
Okay.
they're like, "Oh fuck! All the things we've been working up to at this point is going to be ruined if we die." So they all get on all 3 guilds get on and start doing this world quest.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways, Derek, go ahead and start pitching.
Okay, it's about PC building simulator. So there's the esports expansion, which admittedly I haven't played, but like looking into it, it seems like something that I would be interested in. Basically, like you're at like a PC tech for an esports org, and like they message you, like the players message you and the management message you, like, hey, we need to fix our PCs, we need to overclock, blah blah blah. Like essentially, you're instead of running your own like PC rebuilding software or PC rebuilding store like you do in the main campaign, in the expansion you run like you're just part of like an organization. And like I see a bunch, it's got like mixed reviews, and like some of the complaints are like completely legitimate. They're like, yeah, these side quests are literally impossible to complete unless you already know they're coming. Which fair. But like and like some of the other stuff is like okay, but they're like, you can't even upgrade your own PC, and like you don't keep money going over from week to week. And I'm just like, do these people not understand the point of this expansion? Like,
Right.
it's like, you're obviously like, this isn't your money, this is your budget for the week. Like, if you go over budget, no shit. Like, you're not like,
And you know what? Because it like what does it do? Does it like fail you if you go over budget or whatever? You just
I
fail.
don't know, but
So, look, man. Teams, companies, small businesses go over budget all the fucking time. It happens. You
Yeah.
know? We miscalculated, or it was more than we could have expected. Whatever, right? The game shouldn't fail you for that. The game should then be like, all right, well, this is the situation you're in now. It's time to fix it. Super weird.
yeah. Apparently, like, there's some issues with some of like, I'm gonna say quests that are like some of the missions, that are like, they're literally impossible to beat. Where like they want, like one of them I was just read, just like they want a motherboard that can't overclock, but they want you to overclock the CPU. It's like,
Okay. Oh well.
which
Let me go get my mithril, the only metal that can handle
Yeah.
that. That's so weird.
well, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, these guys have paid pretty decent attention to like building PCs. So I'm curious, like I don't know if this was done by somebody who is not part of that section and was more like brought in as an esports like someone they talked to about it, like an expert.
Maybe they're turning on the video game fantasy bullshit and just making it a dumb thing that doesn't exist because it would be cool for a video game.
Well, the other thing too is like, I'm thinking maybe, because like these devs are pretty tongue in cheek. I'm curious if like they made the players, because that's like an email from a player, right? I'm curious if they made it like that because most players don't know what the fuck their computers do.
Right. They just kind of say shit that sounds like it makes their computer big and strong.
Yeah, well, it's like people talking about guitars and stuff. They're like, yeah, I want the action super low, and I'm like, okay, well, cool, but like,
Yeah. It's like people talking about their Halo gameplay when you could just shoot them in the head with one bullet.
anyway, so it's interesting to, like, I would have to like see, like actually play the expansion because I haven't yet, but like, I could totally see them doing that where like you can't technically win the mission because like the players don't know what the fuck they want. So I don't know, like it's interesting because like the game itself, like the base game has like overwhelmingly positive reviews, and this is mixed for the expansion.
When I was
On
looking at
Steam.
the Tekken DLC stuff, it was kind of the same way because a lot of people do not like the fact that the frame data stuff is in Tekken. Like you can see the frame data.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just doesn't, they think it doesn't work properly. I personally think it works okay. So a lot of people don't like it, so they were like review bombing the fuck out of it for a little while. So so instead of it being like very positive or overwhelmingly positive or even just mostly positive, it's like mixed, which is super weird. Unfortunate.
It is one of those things where like I feel like, and I really shouldn't be surprised at this point because I work essentially serving other people, like in the service industry. But like, people just do not fucking respond to stimuli. Like, that's how I'm gonna say it, because it's not just like, oh, people don't read or people don't listen. Like, people just don't respond to stimuli. It's actually kind of ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, a lot of people kind of just have what they think is going on already set in their head, and they're not really gonna respond to anything that contradicts that or makes them think about it at all.
Yeah. It's just like, well, it's like shit at Starbucks, like,
I also shit in the Starbucks.
yeah.
Blowing up them bathrooms. Got it.
Yes, in the bathrooms, definitely.
Definitely.
But it is one of those things where it's like, I will be like, hey, what can I get for you? And they're like, yeah, good, thanks. And I'm just like, fucking, like, at least do me a favor and, like, pretend to give a shit about what you're doing. And then either don't give a fuck or, and, like, not give me shit when your order's wrong because you ordered it incorrectly. Or, like, fucking care enough to, like, listen to what I'm saying. Like, that, I don't care which. But, like,
no.
don't get to the window and, like, have your order not be what you want because you ordered it wrong and then get pissed at me. Like, fuck you.
I will say, like, the auto response happens, but, like, ordering wrong and then complaining about it is a different story.
Yeah.
No, I can, yeah, but, like, I use that first auto response to, like, tell if someone's gonna do that shit.
Man, I fuck up that shit all the time.
I know.
But, like, I'll be listening and then I'm like, oh, wait, fuck, I said the wrong thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, and it happens, but, like, people are just fucking, ugh.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, though. People are just, ugh.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, we, at the Starbucks that I'm at, like, we shortened, essentially, like, we're not asking questions anymore. We're like, all right, what can I get for you? And if you don't know what the fuck you want, like, unless you specifically ask, like, hey, can you recommend? We're just gonna let you flail, which I kind of like, honestly.
I also like that. I
Yeah.
want to do that more often now.
Yeah, now it's, like, encouraged. And, like, at first I didn't like it because I was like, oh, this seems so, like, gross. But, like, now I'm just like, fuck yeah, like, I don't want to talk to these people. And if I fuck up, or, like, if they order the wrong drink, I'm going to feel like, this is exactly what you ordered. Like, we'll fix it for you. But, like, just letting you know, this is what you ordered. Oh, my God.
But, you know, everybody, even if you tell them this is what you ordered, they're going to be like, that's not what I ordered.
Yeah, well, it's like, I don't mind when people are like, oh, that's not what I wanted. Like, that's a totally different
Well,
statement.
that's a different statement, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I haven't had it yet, but I'm both patiently and dreading the, no, this is what you ordered. I will fix it. Like, I'll give you what you wanted, but this is what you ordered just for next time. You know? Like, most of the time, I don't fucking hate people. Well, okay, hold on. Like, most of the time, I don't hate these people specifically. But, like, when they're yelling at me, like, fucking just, bro, like, chill.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. One more thing.
Yep.
One more thing.
What is it with people?
5 feet thou.
Well, okay.
5 feet thou.
Every once in a while, we'll fuck up their order, like, legit our fuck up, not like they ordered it wrong. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, let me fix that for you. But, like,
You make sure to lash yourself in the back 9 times. Yeah.
yeah, well, it's like, you know,
As
like,
you're
I
supposed to.
understand, shit happens, like, but, like, why are they, like, why is this not right? I'm like, I just said we messed that up. Like, pay the fuck attention.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't need you to start getting mad and criticizing me and telling me I got it wrong. I already realized it.
yeah, or, like, the people that, like, make you, like, they yell at you to stand there while they're yelling at you,
Yeah.
and it's like, lady, like, I have to go fix your drink.
Right.
And then they yell at you for your drink not being done, for their drink not being done when they fucked it up and they didn't let you go fix it. It's like, I get that you're upset, but, like, either fucking yell at me and let me walk away so I can fix this fucking situation, or don't fucking yell at me. I don't care which. Like, it's one or the other.
People have all this fucking energy to be yelling at people all the time.
Yeah, I know. They haven't even had their coffee yet.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know.
Like I can get you being grumpy, but fuck, how the fuck are you yelling at me? Where's all
Yeah.
this passion coming from?
So it's just like, it is just one of those things that like, and I actually really like working there, like compared to Disney, because like, for the most part, the people who, like, even if you fuck up their drinks or it's not what they wanted, they're usually like, they're standoffish about it, but they're not like getting in your face about it, you know?
Right.
But like, fucking every once in a while, there's just someone who I'm just like, you know, if you drop this all over yourself and gave yourself 2nd-degree burns, I could not care less. Like,
I would laugh.
I wouldn't laugh in their face. I would till they drive away and then just crack up. Like,
I would lean over them and go ha ha ha, and then I would walk away.
like, and that makes me sound like more of an evil son of a bitch than I normally am. But like,
Normally.
well, it's like, I definitely have like a more like relaxed moral standing compared to a lot of people. You know, like
Well,
there's a lot of stuff where I'm just like,
being on this podcast with me. Yeah, you have to.
yeah. Well, there's one of those things where it's like, I just don't really like. There's sometimes where I'm just like, yeah, like you did this to yourself. Where other
Yeah.
people will be like, oh, that's so terrible.
Right. Yeah.
But like, fucking, bro, like, you know.
a lot of the mistakes that people make that other people are very like, we need to, understand where they're coming from or protect them or whatever. It's like, no, like, they chose to make this mistake and they brought it upon themselves. There's a difference between being sick and needing actual help and just making a stupid decision that fucked yourself over.
Yeah. So, just blarg.
Blarg.
So, the game was EverQuest.
It was EverQuest.
Yes, it was EverQuest. There's a thing called the Sleeper Dragon or something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So
I heard that.
what happened was the devs thought that they were using some game-breaking glitch to beat the dragon versus everybody on the server coming together to fight the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So they just despawned them
It's super weird.
and reset the world state.
So what specifically was like? Were they just beating the fuck out of the boss?
So they were beating the fuck out of the boss, reflecting his attacks back at him, and rezzing everybody that came across or that died. And as long as you didn't die, the damage stuck. So
But it's an unkillable monster, right?
it's supposed to be unkillable. It had a health bar though, but it's supposed to be unkillable.
Like with actual health.
yeah.
So not like a fake number, like
Not a-
actual health.
Yeah, it had actual health. It was depleting. And once it got down to like 20%, the devs came in and respawned the world.
That's so weird.
So that because they thought they were using some sort of game-breaking bug to beat it.
like any other game would just make it invincible.
Mm-hmm.
It would just make it it would just take 0 damage.
But I mean, this
You
is
know?
back in 2000, so like, this is one of those lessons learned.
in
things.
2000, I want to say like in 2001, Golden Sun came out and they had bosses that were invincible.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm sure the devs just overlooked it. Like, oh, it had so much health that everyone on the server had to go and fight it.
That they just
pretty much.
figured nobody would team up to do this crazy
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, well.
Because it was just a group of rogue people who went and started the quest for it.
Well, they fucking sure learned their lesson, didn't they? That's funny.
Yeah. So the world, at the very least, they saved the world technically.
Yeah.
Technically. But they're all pissed that they felt like they got cheated because they did all this and they didn't get a single drop or anything.
Yeah, they should have been like, all right, guys, you've earned something.
Yeah.
You know,
It was...
you played the game beyond the developer's expectations.
Yeah.
You definitely deserve something for that, I think.
The fact that you just said that, my brain is literally spiraling right now. Like oh god, ow.
What?
Like my brain fucking hurts. just like the concept of like all of this shit happening. My brain
Yeah.
fucking hurts.
I mean, I'm sure all the people on there were like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And
They're
then,
like, are they destroying our game? Like as if they could like watch like a little bar that represents their game just get depleted as they kill the thing. They're destroying the game. We gotta stop them.
They did over 3 million damage to this thing.
Damn. What's like the normal attack range in the game?
I couldn't tell you because I don't play EverQuest, but it was
Because they were probably like, we'll make it so stupid high that they couldn't possibly carry enough health, they couldn't possibly have enough attack, they couldn't possibly have enough mana or whatever to finish a fight with this thing.
it was technically like about 4-hour raid.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's not even, I was gonna say that's not even that long.
WoW has had like 18-hour raids.
Yeah.
I guess that was like earlier in the. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But it's like it's 4 hours of everybody showing up just to do boring repeat resurrection spell, repeat
Yeah.
resurrection spell.
Bro,
Attack,
can I
attack.
tell you the story of fucking Cthulhu?
That's a good point, yeah.
You know, the boss so hard that like they ran the numbers and were like, "Oh, this is literally unbeatable."
But yeah. I just think every time I think of stories like this, I'm just like, that's fucking cool. Like in the moment, it's probably the stupidest thing ever, but when you think back on it, you're like, this shit will never happen again.
Yeah, they'd like literally. Yeah, they reset the world. Like that's insane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it'll never happen again because people will just be like, all right, just make the invincible boss actually invincible.
Invincible, yeah. But still, like, that means you still did once in a lifetime type thing.
Or have it so you actually do beat the thing, and then there's a cutscene where it just destroys everything anyway.
Like,
you know.
I love these type of stories. Like, there's another story where a guy in an RP server decided to poison every single person at a Halloween party.
I heard about this one.
Or a Christmas party. It took him a year to craft the story to make everybody show up to his tavern, and then he poisoned every single drink. They all died. And then when the GM comes in and asks him, hey, because you can pause the game in that version, comes and asks him, hey, why are you killing everybody? That's not okay. This is out of character for you. And the guy goes, no, in character. I wrote logs on why I hate every single person in this one.
Wow.
He had over like 72 books for like every person of why he hates them.
Now that I didn't hear about. Holy shit.
So he like you go into the books and he's like, John comes in here every day complaining about why yada yada and never fucking does anything to help anybody. And then, yeah, it's just stuff like that,
And
breaking down of why he hates.
Who's to say his character snapping and murdering everybody isn't in character?
That's exactly what he did. He's like, I
Yeah.
created an in-character reason why I hate everybody.
I went completely insane to decide to murder everyone because I was fucking sick of their bullshit.
You know why he did this in the first place, right?
Because you're sick of everyone's bullshit.
No. Because one of the GM's friends was a player killer. He was a PKer. And he joins the server for the first time, level like 3-ish, and gets in this guy's way on accident, and he just kills him. And it's permadeath in the game. So he's like, fuck it, and he comes back as his tavern dude, and then murders everybody. He's like, if I don't get to have my fun, neither do you.
Jesus Christ.
But
Ultimate spite.
ultimate
right
spite,
there.
yeah. Destroy the game for everybody else because I lost.
No, not because he lost, because someone's an asshole and killed him.
Yeah.
One person's misdeeds killed everybody.
The never-ending cycle. Because I imagine at least one person who got murdered in that group he murdered went on to fuck with someone else.
Yep. This cycle of spite continues.
The cycle of
I will be angry, and you will die.
You're right. Someone's gonna pay for this shit.
Yeah, my brain hurts from thinking about all this. I'm done.
All right. Where can we find you guys?
You can find me. You can find me at Mr. Urban Buddha on Twitter and YouTube, and Super Urban Buddha on Twitch.
And where can we
And
find you?
came in second on everything, baby.
You can find me at I Press the Buttons on YouTube and Twitter, or on Twitch, and then on Twitter you can find me at IPT Buttons. You guys all take care, and as always, port Xenosaga, please. We'll catch you guys next time.